This is a message for all the VPs of sales, sales directors, or anyone who has somebody reporting into them in a sales role. So you could be a sales manager and what have you. So one of the things that I come across when I'm coaching VPs of sales or CEOs that have a sales organization under them is asking the right questions. And I find that when you ask the questions that are uncomfortable for you to ask, you tend not to ask them of your staff. So here's an example. I have a client right now that works with several different sales reps in their organization, and one of the questions that they ask is, so are you going to hit the number? And when are you going to hit it? A lot of yes or no questions, because the leader just wants to get an answer. He wants to focus on developing the company and growing and getting sales up and running, or getting sales back on track. What I advised them to do was, instead of asking a yes or no question, ask more of a open-ended question. I call it the 5 W's, the who, what, where, when, and why, and sometimes the how. So I said, try this in your sales meeting when you're speaking to your sales team. How are you going to hit this number of sales per week? And then wait a second. Then what you do is you ask, well, why do you think that these are the best steps to move forward? Sometimes when you ask a why question up front, it gets people to lean back, or the resistance, as Josh Braun says, your resistance starts to show up. So what you want to do is ask how. Like, how are you going to get there? Or how does it make sense? Because what you're doing is you're opening up the conversation to ask deeper questions that will get to the real reason. So, and sometimes we don't like to ask those questions as leaders because we don't like to be asked those questions. But if you can ask the question, the uncomfortable question, that's going to get to the root cause, it's going to get to the real answer or the motivation of the person that's promising to deliver on the results, you'll find you'll get to the results quicker, you'll get to the answer quicker, you'll get to solve the problem quicker, because you're asking the question that you need to ask and not just the question you want to ask.